what happens when the film gets old and needs to come off. We're talking about paint protection film here. And number two is, does the film yellow and crack and do that kind of stuff? Because years ago, that stuff used to happen. And so a lot of people remember those days with some of the older materials that used to do that. So let me show you what's going on here with this Cayenne. You can see a little bit, especially between the bumper and the fender. Now this car was repainted on the bumper, so that might be part of the reason, but this definitely looks yellow. And it definitely looks yellower than the door as well. So you can see there's sort of two different shades of white there. The reason that's important is this car's a 2013. I believe the film was installed on this in 2013. So as of right now, it's 2021. That was 8 years ago that this would have been installed. Because of that, the technology has come a long way since then. Some of these older materials do yellow over time. Now this is 8 years, so they probably got 5, 6, 7 years out of it before it really started to do that. So that's still pretty good life expectancy. Nowadays, we have films that are 10-year warranty. Some manufacturers are offering lifetime. I think the rest of us are still wondering if that's realistic, if 20 years from now, what the film is going to look like. But I want to share with you that film, and we're going to be removing it. And I also want to show you the differences in installation over those last 8 years and how far we've come. So this was probably an acceptable install 8 years ago. We were doing paint protection film at that point, but not a lot of it. Now you can see these edges, they didn't wrap. So when we redo this, we're gonna be wrapping this back edge inside the door there. The top of the fenders, they actually did wrap for the most part, but you can see where they did not wrap, their alignment was really pretty far off. And same with the hood. The whole back edge of the hood, you have about a 1/4 of an inch gap. Then up here by the headlight, nothing is consistent. And that's not to pick on whoever did this installation originally. That's just the expectations of the consumer, and the installers have come a long way. We just keep getting better and better. The film technology gets better. Sometimes some of this older stuff was so thick and so rigid that wrapping edges was almost impossible. It was difficult to stretch, so some of that may even be due to product limitations. When we redo this, we're gonna remove the badge and make sure we go underneath there. On the mirror, you can see, again, just inconsistent lines, and that is normal for that many years ago. So we're gonna be removing this, replacing this. Stay tuned. All right guys, so the new film has been installed on the Cayenne. You can see that it is no longer yellow looking. The fender and the bumper now match again as far as color is concerned, which is nice. This is the ultimate 10 mil film, so this is thicker than the normal 8 mil product that a lot of you guys are probably familiar with. We removed the badge and went underneath there. We wrapped all of the edges wherever we could possibly do that. So the top of the bumper, all the way around the hood, the tops of the fenders, all of that is wrapped. Like I mentioned, the technology's come a long way with the film. It allows us to do a lot more as far as the installation is concerned to make it more invisible for you. So we also did a bulk installation on the mirrors. So instead of using a pattern on these, we were able to get really nice tight edges. It's all hand cut. We did go around the badge at the customer's request. A lot of times we will remove those and replace them with either new badges or retape them if possible. This customer decided to leave that on there. So the bumper, the fenders, the hood, and the mirrors, all done and ready to go. We also tinted the windows. So guys, hopefully that helps you understand the question that comes up all the time in the shop. What happens when the film gets too old and it needs removed? As you can see, we can remove that film, we can replace it with new film, and it's like nothing ever happened. There are no rock chips on the hood or the fenders of this car, which is what had film on it originally when it came to us. So you can tell the film definitely did do its job. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoy seeing content about what goes on in the shop and sort of how we do different things here, and hopefully we answered some questions for you, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on Facebook, head over to YouTube and do that, and we will see you next time.